our surrounding. Let us be aware of the people in front of us, behind us, on the side of us. Say hello to somebody so you can eyeball them. So, okay, this is about a buck and a half. You're about to take him down. Okay, all right. I know what to do. Whatever. Anything. Be respectful to the people around you. If you somewhere, get up. Let the elderly have a seat. Ask them, can I go get you a cup of water? I don't know if you can do that in the bus, but whatever makes you happy. And then on the L part, we say live. To live is existence, right? If
Amen.
you're not existing, how can you live? It's just like the word ARE. If you're not existing, you cannot function. Amen? If you're functioning, do something that is going to help somebody else. Once again, we're beating that horse to death. Be functioning, live, because to live is to love. Because if you're living, you are loving. And if you're loving, you are existing for God. And God is going to help you and is going to sustain your life and is going to lengthen your days on this earth. Why? Because you have faith.
Amen.
And you have understanding. And on the U part, there we use understanding. Hey, I say if you don't have appreciation, how can you understand? How can a husband and wife be married for 20 years? How can a husband and wife be married for 5 years? How can a relationship continue? How can a partnership goes 50 years? We have a couple in our church the other day. They celebrated 60, how much? 64 years of marriage. How beautiful is that? How many understanding goes on in those situations? How many people can you look at every day? Ow! You're still here for 60 plus years. Isn't that beautiful? If we have 10 years or more, could you raise up your hand in here of marriage? 10 years or more. How about 20? Wow. 30? Unbelievable. Isn't that beautiful? How easy is that? Is it real easy? Exactly. It takes, yeah, I like that action. Write that down, George. T-O-U. Let's write it down. How do you spell cough again? T-O-U-G-A. She say it's tough. I like that. Can I get with you later on? Then you one-on-one, face-to-face. Can I borrow her? We're going to take her on the road with us, Georgie. It's tough. Anything we do is tough, especially when you have to understand why somebody did what they did. This is where it becomes very important that we don't judge the things that people do, amen? Because you don't know why they did that. Until you give me an opportunity for me and you to sit down and say, Charles, here's the reason why I did that. And I'm going to be like, okay, I guess it makes sense now. Because if you don't know, you cannot judge that person or the things that he did. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt why they did it. Now, if evidence exists, someone is patterned to do some certain things and you know, oh man, yeah, he did it. Why? Because he did it to me. That's what we call evidence. Until then, please don't say anything. Or you say something like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have done that if it was me. How would you know? If God takes you into something and you're able to come out of there something, may God be with you and God bless you because you've been through it. But you cannot position yourself in that person's shoes. They didn't do the right thing when they were confronted with the things they were confronted with. Because we all handle things differently. Amen? So there's no one, two people. There's nothing designed perfectly that says this is the documentary or this is the script that you have to follow. There is no script in marriages. When you say I do, bam, it's on like Donkey Kong. You know what I'm saying? It's bam. You saddle up. You just saddle up and ride that horse till it's like, oh my God, can I feed that horse to make it keep going? Because you don't know. The understanding in a marriage or in any relationship is very powerful. So you just have to work it out. You know what I'm saying? You just have to work it out. So God can help you. And then we got to the A part. That's when I use another aware or appreciation, which is another part of understanding that if you have understanding, you have what? Appreciation for the other person. Even though it's tough in the relationship, but you have appreciation for him. Because he brings home the bacon, he makes sure the house rent, whatever his mortgage is paid, the food is there. When you need a little cuddling, it's available. She's available. This is all the things that keeps a marriage balanced or relationship. So that way we can have a great appreciation and an understanding that goes with it. And the T part, oh my God, trust. A powerful word, trust. And you know what happens when someone loses your trust? It's hard to rebuild it. But why are we so hard on somebody? Because they lost our trust. We do it all the time to God. If He punishes us for all those times that we lost trust, how devastating will that be? So we got to have trust, and we got to be able to be willing to let somebody else come to terms with themselves. Give them time, a moment of clarity, so that way they can evaluate their life and say, look, I think I'm ready to take that step forward. Can you help me? Can you give me another chance? Because we all need second chances, don't we? Yeah. And the I part, I said involve. And I kind of snuck the word ignorance in there too, because you cannot excuse ignorance. The things that you don't know, if I don't know something, I'm ignorant to it. Okay? Now, if I do know it and I say act foolishly, that is still ignorance, isn't it? So we have to look at that. And then we have several words that we use on the I. And then we have the O, and the N is the one that I'm doing next week. So I'm going to hold that one out because we have this video going. And I don't want my class to hear me going to the O and N. So I need to let them start thinking, because they probably see that. So, Psalm 139. Let's go to Psalm 139.
Amen.
Okay, can I get a little help? We're probably going to do from verse 1 to about 17. Really need to do all of it, but how much time do I have?
About 20 after.
20 after? So I got 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Can I get some help?
Well, Lord, you have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit down and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. You hem me in, behind and before. You have laid your hands upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go to heaven, you're there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. I say, surely the darkness will hide me and the light become night around me. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day. For darkness is as light to you. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well.
Stop right there for a minute, so that way we can kind of grasp everything. We're going to finish reading it, but I want to go back a little bit and reflect on some of these verses. Look, verse 1. Thou search me and know me. God knows every step. Amen. He knows everything that we're going to do. He said, you know, it's my sitting down, when I get up in the morning, when I lay down at night, you were there. You know my thoughts from afar off. How far off is that? And it's like before we even were born, God already knows the kind of person we're going to be. That's why it's important for us when we become knowledgeable of who we are. Look, when it's all said and done, establishing self is powerful. Establishing self is powerful. But here's two things. When you establish self, you got to leave ISH.